Opening the 50th budget speech in a Gibraltarian parliament, the Chief Minister's message was that the ROC has withstood the hardships of the past and emerged as an economically freestanding nation, thanks in large part, he said, to former Chief Minister and current Government Minister Sir Joe Bossano. Fabian Picardo said his government had been able to report average GDP growth of over 10% per year for 8 straight years.
The figure I can today report to the House is that the GDP forecast from the Government Statistics Office for the financial year we have just ended, that is to say the turbulent and challenging 2018-19, is £2.35 billion. That shows our GDP increasing by 177.8 million, or an increase of 8.2% compared to 2017-18.
The Chief Minister cited this year's record-breaking surplus and the lack of a Brexit shock as reasons to roll back the cap on public sector pay. Fabian Picardo said public service officers affected by the cap would have collected a total of £300,000 extra without it, and that this amount would be paid them in September. Public sector pay will go up this year with no cap by the rate of inflation, just under 2.1%. The minimum wage will also rise, with a 3-year plan announced.
The increases will be staged at the rate of 3.9% this year, which is double inflation, 3.7% next year, and 3.4% the year after that. This will equate to a 25p per hour increase over each of the next 3 financial years and will be well ahead of anticipated inflation in the period.
Mr. Picardo stated that there are only 33 people currently unemployed in Gibraltar. He pointed to a total of just under 30,000 jobs, with an average wage of just over £30,000. On housing, the Chief Minister announced that all initial purchases of homes in affordable estates will be exempt from stamp duty. First-time home buyers under the gross income-based system will be entitled to a £7,500 deduction. Fabian Picardo also announced that buyers of post-war properties who'd bought them on a sitting tenant basis will be able to sell these back to the government and buy into the affordable home scheme. And the Chief Minister revealed a deal which has seen the sale of the government's 50% interest in recently built co-ownership estates for £165 million to a new company called GIC Limited. The income will be used to fund further housing estates.
I reiterate that this sale of the government's 50% interest will have no practical impact whatsoever on homeowners. Co-owners will just deal with GIC Limited instead of Gibraltar Residential Properties Limited, should they choose to sell their property, or to buy any or all of their remaining co-ownership share.
Fabian Picardo added that he would look to renegotiate the government's £200 million debt with NatWest and Barclays, part of the gross public debt of just under £448 million. The Chief Minister also confirmed that the GFA has made its second payment to the government for the Victoria Stadium. £16.5 million has been paid so far. As part of the government's environmental programme, duty was abolished on cotton bags and aluminium bottles, and an already existing 200% import duty was extended to all single-use plastic products, with some set to be banned outright. Duty on tobacco was increased by 50p per carton. Import duty was increased by 3% across all car fuel, and further measures were introduced to incentivize the use of solar panels and electric cars. In its capacity as a State of the Nation address, the budget speech also saw the announcement that air quality fell within EU target levels for the first time since records began. Pointing back at the closure of the frontier 50 years ago and forward to a potential soft or hard Brexit in the coming months, the Chief Minister described this as a budget not of pre-election goodies, but a careful budget that honours the sacrifices of yesteryear, works for today, and protects the generations to come.